This driver, the defending Silver Dollar Speedway track champion out of Reading, in the Chuck Wolf Sand and Gravel number 19, it's Tyler Wolf. Welcome, everyone. It's with heavy hearts that we come to you tonight for a special tribute show dedicated to the memory of Tyler Wolf.
Tyler was tragically killed last Saturday night at Calistoga Speedway, doing what he loves doing, and it's tough, Gary. You know, it really is to lose one of the young lions.
Right, especially a guy that raced a lot with the King of the West Series. I've really watched him grow in a sprint car at Chico Silver Dollar Speedway, and the outpouring of support from the whole racing community has been great. And we just kind of wanted to bring some information to you about Tyler and what he meant to all of us tonight.
You know, Tyler, youngest ever champion at Silver Dollar Speedway at 19 years old. That's formidable. At 19 years old to win a track championship is just amazing. That shows you the kind of talent that Tyler had.
The growth behind the wheel of a sprint car was pretty amazing for Tyler. He started out, of course, in go-karts at age 6 and then graduated into the wingless spec sprints at Silver Dollar Speedway before jumping into wing sprint cars. And the last 2 years really came into his own. As you said, became the youngest 410 sprint car champion at Silver Dollar Speedway last year and put together another great season this year.
Well, he had three wins, including the Pepsi Night Challenge, and I know you talked to Troy Hennig yesterday, and they have done something special in his memory already.
Yeah, that Pepsi Night trophy is always special for anyone. Of course, it's about 6 feet tall, and Tyler Wolf's family is going to keep that trophy, and they're also going to rename it the Tyler Wolf Memorial Perpetual Trophy. So it's going to be a nice little tribute to Tyler for that award.
You know, Dennis Gage and Troy Hennig, I mean, they were close to the family, and it's great that they do that in his memory to keep that going. And that award will mean more to drivers now than it ever did when it was called the Pepsi Trophy. It's being called the Tyler Wolf Trophy will mean something to the driver that wins that from now on. That's truly a great honor.
Yeah, Tyler has been just a huge part of Silver Dollar Speedway over the last couple of years, and seeing that black 19 was a very common sight at Chico. And this season, something that really helped Tyler's growth behind the wheel of a sprint car was getting out on the road more. He competed in 10 of the 17 King of the West Series events, but also competed with the World of Outlaws down in Las Vegas and Paris. And really, the more laps you get, you become a better driver, and that's definitely what Tyler Wolf did this season.
You know, I always enjoyed seeing their hauler coming into the pits and walking around, and when I'd go by and just say thanks to all the teams, and Chuck and Tyler, always two of the great people I loved to talk to when I was in the pits.
Yeah, just a nice guy, down-to-earth person, and one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet in the pit area.
Yeah. His best finish with us this year was a 5th in Antioch, and you thought it was a win. I mean, he was really excited about finishing 5th, and as a part-timer with King of the West, that's a pretty good accomplishment.
One of the nights that stood out for me also this year was at Antioch later 1 month after that event, where he actually led the first 13 laps in the main event and got in a crash and had a bad finish, but he kept a positive attitude about it, and it was just going to be tough.
And Tyler wasn't one of those kids that just got everything handed to him. I mean, he worked with his dad at night, working on the car, putting it together, worked on it on the racetrack. You know, they didn't have a huge team. They didn't have the big semi going down the road. They did a lot with a little.
They did. We talked about Tyler, of course, becoming the youngest sprint car champion at Silver Dollar Speedway. We also had the pleasure of interviewing him just after that last August, and I believe Brandon has that queued up.
Well, everyone, we're pleased and honored to be joined now by the 2011 Silver Dollar Speedway track champion, Mr. Tyler Wolf. Hey, Tyler, thanks for taking time, and how we doing tonight?
Oh, we're doing pretty good. How about you?
Oh, not too bad. Just having fun down here at KWS Tonight, as always.
Awesome.
Hey, first off, I want to congratulate you on the championship last Friday night, and how does it feel to join that illustrious list of champions at Silver Dollar Speedway?
Oh, it's amazing. There's some of the best shoes come from Silver Dollar Speedway and have won championships there. It's pretty cool to actually have my name on that list too.
Yeah, you look down the list of champions. You got guys like Shane Scott, Tim Kading, Jonathan Stephen Allard, Sean Becker, Blake Robertson. A lot of pretty stout company to be a part of. So I'm sure that's, like I say, is a special honor.
Yep, it's awesome.
Now, going into that last point race, I believe you only had about a 4 or 5 point lead on Andy Forsberg. So when that green flag came out, was there any nerves during the start?
Yeah, it was real hairy because we kind of missed the setup a little bit right off the get-go, and I just kind of overdrove it the first few laps and realized I got to calm down because Andy Forsberg already passed me. I started driving a little more throttle control and just kind of hit my marks every lap, and actually ended up passing 3 more cars back and was able to catch back up to him by the time the checkered flag fell out. And nerves all went away after that.
Yeah, Forsberg is a tough guy. I think he's won about 12 championships or something in his career, so he's a tough customer. And he did all he could do on Friday night pretty much, but was there any chance during that main event where you thought maybe you'd lose the championship?
Yeah, yep. They're right on the start of it. I got tangled up with a couple cars and almost went off the end of the track, and I thought that was going to be it, but I was able to keep it straight and get on the gas and stop that from happening.
Now, I think it was about a month ago now, July 29th, you got your first 410 sprint car win at Chico. So did that give you any confidence going into the final handful of point races?
Oh, yeah, it gave me a bunch. I've been real close all year and should have had a couple more of them, but it's just part of learning how to do it and read the track and figure out there's so much to these cars. It's a lot more than it looks, especially when you're trying to do it with just a handful of guys that's trying to help you, and definitely pretty tough. But I had a lot more confidence coming in the last handful of races, no doubt about it.
Now, how did that first win come about? I know, unfortunately, I missed it. We had to be at the ASCS show in Placerville, but maybe talk to the fans and everyone about how that first win came about for you.
It was pretty amazing night, I thought. I think we qualified like 5th or something like that. We started second row in the heat and won the heat race, and then started third row in the main event and was running third all up until lap 8, and actually got past, fell back to 5th, and then just started running the bottom, running the top, and pulled my wing back and started getting real big runs on people, and I was actually able to do some pretty awesome slide jobs and ended up taking the lead on about lap 12 or 15, one of the two, and ended up winning by 7 seconds when it was all said and done, and I was about a half a car of lapping Andy Forsberg going to the checkers.
Now, what's been the difference this year? It seems like you've really came on. I think we talked about you the last couple of weeks. You've pretty much came on like gangbusters this year. I know it's got to be getting more experience has to be a big help for you.
Yeah, a lot more experience, and I've got a lot of help from Dan Minnie. He actually sold me some real good, awesome shocks. It's more like driving the same car every week. We really upgraded our shock package and got us a little better motor, got us a lot better car from Shane Stewart and Paul Silva, and to thank them for that. And we just kind of had our stuff together a little better this year.
Right, so it all pretty much came together.
More like driving the same race car every week. So.
Now we're kind of getting down to the nitty-gritty of the season. Not a lot of races left. You have any plans the rest of the year? Are you going to maybe race the Gold Cup here in next week, I guess it is?
Yeah, we're actually going to take off on Monday and go run with the Outlaws of Cottage Grove. And then we'll see how well that goes. If that goes pretty good, then we'll run the 360 race there at Chico, Silver Dollar. And then we're definitely running the Gold Cup no matter what happens. So.
Now, let's talk about you get the experience. You win a Chico championship. You keep moving up. You start out in the Outlaw Karts, I believe. Is there any chance we get to see you more next year with the King of the West Series, maybe?
I'm hoping so. I obviously hope so. So I don't see why not. Rather than maybe trying to get a few more sponsors would help. Anything would help us.
That'd be a nice thing. Maybe let some of the potential sponsors out there. Why should they sponsor Tyler Wolf? What can you bring to the table?
I can bring whatever they want, pretty much. I've won races, won championship. I'm young, figuring it out. I do a lot of work on the car myself.
Not a bad deal to get a part of, and like I say, beating a guy like Andy Forsberg's last point race shows what you can do in the car, and hopefully we get you a little more backing next year and get you out on the road. But I'm sure you have a lot of people to thank for helping to get you to this championship and this point in your career.
Oh yeah, if I could start naming off people, I'd have to thank number one, my dad. Stuck with Sand and Gravel. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't even be doing any of this racing stuff. And Transparts Warehouse out of Redding, California, and Reno, Nevada. They're pretty awesome. They've helped me out quite a bit. Reed's Auto Body in Redding, California. They're great. They paint my stuff for me, help me out there. ART out of Sacramento, they help me out whenever they can. Just J&B Oil, Anderson, California. All those guys, they all help me out much as they can. It's tough to do with the way this economy is.
Yeah, definitely. It takes a lot of people to make it. It's really a total team effort to get you to a championship. But we want to thank you once again, Tyler, for calling in tonight, and we want to once again give you congratulations on the championship, and best of luck in Cottage Grove next Monday.
Thank you. Sounds good. You guys have a good one, and thanks for talking to me, and appreciate it, and thanks for the congratulations and all that.
All right. Thanks, Tyler.
Well, welcome back, everyone. And Gary, Great interview with Tyler Wolf last August. Get to know a little bit about Tyler and what he's all about.
Yeah, it was definitely a pleasure to have Tyler on the line. That was one of the first phone interviews that we did on King of the West Tonight, and you never know. You look back on that, and it's just pretty amazing. It's been a really tough year, of course, with the passing of David Tarter and then Duke McMillan and now Tyler.
What's your happiest or fondest memory?
Happiest?
Happy. Let's do a happiest memory of Tyler.
Well, you know, I always enjoyed seeing Tyler in the pit area. He was always nice. He'd always shake my hand, and he was just, as you said earlier, he's one of those down-to-earth people. I know he was really excited this year to get to some new tracks. Hanford a couple weeks ago, I remember the day before, he was messaging me on Facebook and saying how he heard that it was a really fun track and a high-speed joint, and just getting the chance to see Tyler so much this year was very special for us.
I think mine was Gold Cup. He's a track champion. He really wanted to show well when the Outlaws came out here and finishing, I think, 10th last year, and he was up in the main event again this year. I think that meant a lot to him, and it was great. It's great when a young man like that, who obviously Chuck and his wife did a great job at raising Tyler because he was a great kid, to see him that happy and just proud of what he had done.
Yeah, absolutely. And I remember another memory, of course, was him this year winning the Pepsi Night Trophy. I mean, my buddy Brian Cannon was crewing for him that night, and I know that was a huge deal for all of them. So, you know, he'll definitely be sorely missed.
And I know you've received a lot of text and Facebook messages from a lot of the different teams saying the same thing. You know, people offering them, or him offering their car to them to stay in the KWS points.
Yeah.
I think Sugg said that. I mean, that's the kind of family this is. It's a racing family, and you know, it's definitely a tragic loss, and it affects the whole racing community.
It does, and I think it's going to make the whole community stronger. It seems like everyone's coming together, and I mean, we all share a common bond. We all want to go out, win races, and run up front, but when it comes down to it, we are one big family, and we're all connected.
Yeah, it all hurts.
Yep.
It hurts all of us. With that, we need to remind everybody that the KWS banquet is just about a week and a half away, and the deadline for dinners are tonight.
Tonight.
Well, this is going to be an early show, so Thursday, this Thursday on November 1st is the deadline. You'd have everybody call in the office here if you're going to attend the dinner. The rooms, or the deadline is passed for rooms, so you can still get rooms. I think they still have some rooms available.
I think there still are some rooms available. Of course, I'm not sure if the rate is still available. I know last week was our deadline for that.
Yeah, if they have some rooms, you might get the rate.
Yeah.
Car show applications, we still have some room for some of the hot rods and race cars and stuff that we'd like to display on Saturday during the banquet. You can call the office here. We'll actually fill out the registration for you, or you can bring your car to the event before 9 o'clock on Saturday morning. Get it registered. We'll get you parked and be a part of the fun and enjoyment of our banquet this year. So, again, Gary, it's tough to do shows like this.
Yeah, very tough, and it seems like it's all too often. I think this is about the third or fourth one that we've done over the last couple of years. It's always tough, and we definitely want everyone to keep the Wolf family in their thoughts and prayers, and stay tuned to our website, of course, for information on the services.
Absolutely, and yeah, we'll have that on, and we'll see you next week here on KWS Tonight.